Thomas, good to see you. This video is for anyone who wants to retire in 2025. We have the 5 money moves you need to make first.
Mhm.
Retirement planning usually takes place over decades. Checking in with yourself throughout the planning process can keep you on track, but you should still give your finances a cold, hard look
Mhm.
before you tell the boss goodbye. So let's walk through those steps. First, you do need to decide when to claim Social Security.
Absolutely, that's huge, right? Because for a lot of people, that can be the largest asset that they have.
Yeah.
Depending on where you're at, I like to say, to my clients, what does your longevity look like in your life? Nobody really knows. Some people do if they have health issues. So if you have health issues, you may want to claim it early, but that can greatly reduce your Social Security.
Mm.
If you want to continue working, you can allow that to continue to build for you after your full retirement age. So it's really going to depend on longevity and then obviously health and where you're at financially.
Mhm. And then you do have to determine whether you have adequate savings, but this is
Mhm.
overwhelming. How will we know?
Yeah, that's huge, right?
Yeah.
Number one risk is obviously longevity. I like to see, when I talk to my clients about, we call it the wage replacement ratio. Where do you want, what do you want to be spending in retirement? And typically, you're looking at 16 to 20 times of that as a nest egg. So if you want $100,000 in income in retirement, you need about $2 million in savings in your nest egg.
Mhm.
Mhm.
And next, you need to decide on a withdrawal strategy. I think a lot of us have heard of the 4% rule, but I've also heard that you kind of tap your buckets in this order: taxable, then tax deferred, then Roth. What do we need to keep in mind?
Yeah, so the 4% rule is a safe withdrawal strategy, right? If you have $1 million, then you want to pull $40,000 out a year annually and have a higher probability of it lasting for retirement. But when we're looking at that three bucket strategy, we're tapping into your taxable income right away, or taxable assets rather, like things that are in brokerage accounts, checking accounts, things of that nature to pull out. And then we're going to look at your tax deferred accounts, which are your IRAs, your qualified accounts, and pull up those funds out later in life. And then last, you want to look at whatever in those Roth accounts, because you're not partnering with the government at that point and having that large tax bill.
Mhm.
Mhm.
And then next, you do need to schedule check-ins. Review your finances before and throughout your retirement, especially in the first year or two.
Yeah.
But how often do you think retirees are doing this? And how often do you think they're surprised by what they're finding?
I think it's important to do it on an annual basis to meet with your advisor, but obviously it's not happening enough. Clients are
Yeah.
running out of money, so I would say you want to do that on an annual basis, if not a couple times a year, to see where you're at, especially after that first couple of years of retirement,
Right.
because you're going to be spending a lot more than what you would be later in life, perhaps if it's not for healthcare.
Right.
Mhm.
And then last, because we really only get one shot to do this right, consult an advisor.
For sure. I right out of the gate, when you're even perhaps before you retire, you want to be talking to an advisor on how you can strategically have your funds distributed over time. So get with an advisor ASAP.
Mhm. All
Mhm.
right. So, Thomas, if somebody wants to retire in 2025 or 2 years from now or a month from now, and they want to talk it through to see if they're ready with you, how can they reach you?
Yeah, so definitely go to my website, martinheritagegroupllc.com. You can schedule a meeting with me. You can also give me a call at 651-503-6064. And then you can shoot me an email, info@martinheritagegroupllc. And then I'm on all social media platforms at Martin Heritage Group.
Great. Thomas, thank you.
Thank you.